All right, let's go.
Okay, here we are. So what are we talking about today?
Network marketing. Something that I am wildly passionate about, completely obsessed with, and a profession that I have professionally pursued for 7 years now and absolutely love giving it a voice, because I know that, and this is kind of where you'll come into this, but I know that there is still so many objections essentially, and people just not understanding necessarily what it even is. And it's funny because I had put a poll or like a question box on my Instagram story the other day to say, hey, submit some questions, and a beautiful woman even said to me, what is it? I don't even know what it is.
Yeah.
And for me, 7 years in, I'm like, our profession is not on trial anymore, but it is. So this podcast is for you if you are someone that is genuinely curious, you are someone that wants to understand more comprehensively and intellectually what network marketing actually is, not to do, but if you are honestly pursuing it as well. And also if you're in network marketing, potentially a tool that you can use to help educate your teams and others.
Totally. But also, got to give a bit of a precursor as well, is that obviously look, we've done this for 7 years, but we are not the emperors of network marketing. We don't speak for everyone. We don't speak for all companies. We don't even really speak for our own company.
No.
To be completely fair as well. So, I mean, the point is, this is our experience, what we've come to learn. And look, to be fair, there's a couple of things as well I want to say. We spoke about doing this podcast before doing it, and how I said I was kind of 50-50 about actually wanting to do it.
Yeah.
Only purely because...
As in like this episode.
Yeah, this episode. Because I feel like after 7 years, the things that came up, we've answered ad nauseum. And so I was kind of like, God, I feel like a broken record. But at the same time, I was like, there's a lot of people who are looking at it.
Yeah.
Who these are the things that stop them from even becoming a customer.
Absolutely.
So if we can just try and answer some of these questions and give people another perspective, because too often I think what you hear is people with no experience perpetuating these types of things online.
Preach.
So
we actually have also recently listened to a podcast. We're gonna just dissect that in another episode.
Yeah.
Bit by bit, where someone that has never done network marketing, doesn't have any idea what it is, didn't actually educate whatsoever, just had a couple of cocktails and went on a bit of a rant.
Hey, good on it.
And good on it. But we were like, we want to just dissect that as well. But I think obviously, like I said, my background is federal politics. Yours was, you were a senior health and safety advisor in a huge multinational company.
Background in sales before that.
Background in sales. Like I had a business I still do. I have a degree in business.
No, we took that off you.
Yeah, that's gone. Out, cut. But we are professionals and we are silly and we have fun and we can be rat bags, but ultimately we are professionals. And when we came into this profession, we treated it as such. We looked at the profession, respected it, and I got to work. But let's quickly start here, actually, because I think for so many people, there's going to be like the camps, right? There's going to be 50% of people that are listening to this because they just love network marketing and they want to hear our voice give these questions an answer. But there's 50% that are skeptics. And why is that relevant for us, honey?
Because I was skeptical, highly skeptical.
Super skeptical.
Totally skeptical. But at the same time, I was still open to having my mind changed.
Totally. But I think let's start there.
Yeah.
Because I think it's a beautiful segue into the question. So if you're watching it back on the vlog, hola, you'll notice pieces of paper on the desk because we wanted to not miss the main questions and objections that people have. But so I said yes to this profession 7 years ago, just over, and I walked through the door having given my credit card details to a complete stranger to get some products that sounded rad. And bust in the door. I was like, oh my God, babe, I just got back from this amazing catch up with this amazing girl who's my now best friend. But, and I love it. And it sounds like if I share it, I could get paid. How genius is that? And you said,
I just said, it sounds like a pyramid scheme. It sounds like the biggest load of shit I've ever heard in my entire life.
You were like, you're an idiot. Yeah. You've been scammed.
And I used to hang out with people who smoked meth.
Yeah.
They made more sense than the shit that you were talking at the time.
Oh, these are legitimate true stories. But so this is what I want to say. Like when people have that, and that's exactly, boom, that's where we're starting. We're going straight for the jugular.
Yeah, but wildly uneducated at the same time.
But the number one question that all network marketers get still today, and I myself received when I bust in the door 7 years ago, and this is what I'm so excited to give the most voice to, is it is a pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
So we're going to start there, and we want to educate on both, but obviously having the unique perspective that we're actually in this. Yeah. And you might be surprised, fellow network marketers, what we're going to speak to, because there is actually, there's a fine freaking line. There absolutely is. And we're going to do a whole other podcast on, if you are genuinely taking a look at this profession, what to look for in a company, because there's a fine line.
Yeah, and newest is actually worst.
Newest is the worst. We're going to start right there. But anyway, all right. So what? Which one do you want to start with? What is network marketing, babe?
Okay, so you want me to answer this? Okay,
what is network marketing?
So you can take a product to market in a bunch of different ways, right? The traditional way of doing it is you have a manufacturer or someone who has a product. You can do it through a chain of distributors who have their own sales teams. You help them out with advertising costs, things like that. They carry the stock and distribute it. It gives you great reach. It's traditional, worked very well for a very long time. Okay, nothing wrong with it. When I worked in sales, that was the model.
And they advertise through magazine, television, radio.
Yeah, traditional means of marketing.
Catalogs.
So network marketing is just a little bit different. You have a product. We cut out the middle people and we go to the end person promoting it. And what we look at doing is taking the costs that we would spend on marketing and advertising and largely distribution in some circumstances too. Although these days companies tend to hold the stock for you and drop ship it, which is great. And what they do is they take the money that they would spend on those areas of marketing and redistribute it to the people actually doing the sales work.
Boom.
Okay.
Put simply, and the quickest way that I describe it is, I always say, it's a generous and genius profit model sharing. And I think profit sharing model.
I think people underestimate how much money gets spent on marketing. Like I remember talking to a lady who worked for Nestle in the UK, and their marketing budget was ridiculous, right? But she told me 80% of what you pay for a Kit Kat is actually to recoup their marketing costs.
Yep. And this is the thing. And so network marketing is you take your network, you take a product, it's word of mouth.
Yeah.
That's it. Plain and simple. This is the thing. It's word of mouth marketing with a product that you use, know and love as an individual. You then get to sell it. I don't use the word share. You sell the product and you earn the commission. Bingo bango.
Yeah.
Genius and generous.
And then the next aspect of that is you build a sales team, essentially.
Absolutely. And that's like when you really treat this like there's hobby money, there's business money, and then of course there's gangster money. And we're probably going to focus mainly on the first two.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So that is what network marketing is. Now, when I joined this profession, like I said, I had come from doing a 3-year degree of business, double majored in human resource management and minored in entrepreneurship. I had spent 4 years in a very phenomenal career of federal politics. So I worked for a federal member of parliament, and I looked at this business model and I literally went, "You're kidding me." To me, it was the most, and I said it before, but genius and generous and ethical distribution of profits from a company to the end consumer. And I was 25 years of age, and I remember raging. I was like, what? 25, right? I'm like, why has this never been shown to me before? I am an innate sharer. We are all innate sharers. So for me, it made sense. However, when I walked in the door, so then we'll cut back, walked in the door, and I'd never, ever heard of the word pyramid scheme before in my life. 25, probably lucky I hadn't, and got hit with it square in the face from my husband. And I know lots of you that are listening, this is like the biggest objection that you get. So I'm going to quickly take this one because I looked it up. So what happened? So I walk in the door, Morgan was like, you've been scammed. This is a pyramid scheme, rah, 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 rah. And I was like, what the hell is a pyramid scheme? Maybe I have joined one. I've never heard of that before. And I remember that very night I walked the 4 steps into my office and I looked up what is a pyramid scheme. And I have to say, I honestly don't think that 95% of people that actually even carry that objection in not in network marketing, that kind of brandish it to someone, don't even know what it means.
Well, to be fair, because over the years when people have given us this objection, the general reply is, well, what's your definition of what a pyramid scheme is? Like,
that's what we say now. What is it? And they go, I actually don't know.
Yeah,
and I didn't. And so just to give you that, I don't know, belief. I don't know. I didn't either. And I went into my office. I Googled what is a pyramid scheme and very quickly learned the huge difference. Now I'm going to speak to one aspect of it and Morgs, I then want you to take the fine line aspect of it. Yeah. But I really quickly learned that pyramid schemes, are completely illegal. They are so reputable, multi-billion-dollar companies in network marketing would not exist because they are completely illegal. They are regulated by the FTC, by regulatory bodies globally. So pyramid scheme companies get shut down very quickly, usually are not around very long because they get shut down so fast, and predominantly don't carry a product. So I'm selling you hope and air, basically. Perfect example, one that I recently heard of and saw was a mandala. And it's like, I can't even honestly properly explain it because it does not make sense to me. But basically it's like, you come in and you're in this section of a mandala, literally, and it's like, you give me $1,000, I give you nothing in return, which is just ridiculous. And then you get cut in. And if you go and bring more people in for $1,000, you'll get a cut of what they're earning. And when you get into the center of the mandala, you have the opportunity to earn $30,000. Completely illegal and absolutely ridiculous. So
why is that though? For people so why is that? Because some people might listen to that and go, that
sounds amazing.
How do I get in?
Well, they're illegal. And so you are scamming people. You're scamming people of money. And it can fall apart. So there's nothing, you're not trading. You're
exchanging money and receiving nothing.
For nothing, exactly.
Other than an opportunity to recruit more people.
Which is false.
It's fraud.
It's fraud. It's complete fraud. So that was the thing. So I ran back out and I said, I said, you're the idiot. Pyramid schemes are illegal. It's fraud. They're shut down. And it's there's no product. And then I said...
There's no customers.
And there's no customers. There's no customers and there's no product. Yeah. Now, that was my very, very first night understanding of it. So that's the core difference of network marketing, reputable company. Now, not all companies are created equal. Not all compensation plans are created equal. No. We're going to do a whole other podcast on that. But, network marketing... profitable, amazing company that take a product to market, usually a phenomenal product, that shares the profits with you.
Yeah,
so pyramid scheme, illegal, fraudulent, no product.
So in legitimate network marketing, you can't earn money unless product's being consumed.
Yes.
Right? And this is where some companies come unstuck.
I was about to say, so you just said something there, in a legitimate company.
Yeah, legitimate. There's a lot of, look.
Yes.
And here's the thing. You and I sometimes, you're very much the profession. I'm a bit like, you know what? There's some companies and some people that I wish would just go away, right? Because
you said to me when I first started,
at things like this, where a lot of it comes from, companies that shouldn't be associated with us, and the people and the people within these companies that promote them too.
We definitely don't love everyone in our company. Like we always say, it's like the best thing about the profession is.
Anyone
the
can
people.
do it.
And the people.
Yeah, and anyone can do it, but anyone can get out there and give it a go.
But the worst thing about our profession is
people.
And anybody can do it.
Totally. It's like our greatest strength
is our
Achilles heel at the same time.
And so every question and myth that we're now going to go into speaks to that. It all goes back to that ultimately the best and worst parts of it happen because it's the people, but it's also that anybody can do it. Yeah. So, but I want you to quickly go back. So circling back the legitimate thing. So you were talking about it to me before. You said, yeah, but there are companies that will get shut down in our profession with a product. Yeah. Go into that a little bit.
Okay, because there's some really great, I won't name any companies, but there's been some examples in recent years where regulators have come in and they've gone, well, you've got a product, but where are your actual customers? Everyone's just selling the product.
Yes.
So you need to be able to demonstrate and distinguish. This is for you looking at a company, right? Even whatever, right?
Yeah.
Where's the product? Is it a consumable product, and where are all the customers?
Yeah.
Are there people that are just going to consume the product regardless of what's going on with the network marketing side?
When you say consumers, right, just like devil's advocate, you don't mean it has to all literally be consumed. Consumable. You mean like it could be anything. It could be oil. You don't consume skincare, but you use it.
Well, you still consume. You're a consumer, right?
Okay, yeah. So you're a consumer. I mean? Yes. Yeah.
So you can be consuming a service. There's some that are service based. Like, you get discounts in your power bills and things like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Electric.
Look, again. Yeah. So again, you need to be able to have actual customers, people that would just, it doesn't matter what's going on with network marketing. They're going to eat the product, consume it, do whatever the product was designed to do. Where it gets dicey is when everybody's just in it for the business.
Yes.
Like, that's where it's like, okay, it's crossing a line.
Yeah.
Now.
And that's such a big, we understand where the spotlight and where the frustration and confusion, I wouldn't say frustration, the confusion still is 7 years for us. I mean, 20, 30, 40, 50 years for the profession, longer. Yeah. Started in, we'll do the history quickly, but it's still that like that heavy, if a company's heavy on recruitment, yeah, it's a fine line.
Well, I think people need to sometimes understand the difference between recruitment and customer acquisition, because they're two very different things.
Hugely different.
So in most good companies, when you join as a customer. So you're just
100%. So, and that's the thing. It should be for 100% of customers.
Yeah, exactly.
Companies.
And then at some point you either self-select, or there's a conversation that takes place where if you like the product, you recruit yourself into the organization as an associate and a representative. Yeah. Very big differences, but not all companies like that. So.
And in 7 years, the thing that Morgs and I always say is that truly swear on everything that is holy. Take network marketing away from our company that we've aligned with for 7 years. We would still be the number one customers. Yeah. Fact. Forevermore. Yeah. Like 100%. And we'd pay triple what it's just, we are customers, always have been, always will be, before we are business builders, and we are business builders. Totally. All right. So we've done that. What is network marketing? I hope that we're giving you some more understanding of
context maybe as well.
Yeah. And not doing it like happy juice, like,
yeah, it's all great.
No, there is definitely some shadows to the profession.
Speaking of that, right? Because if people have hung around listening to this, they're going, well, look, why don't people just say it like you guys said it, right? Why the shady marketing?
Okay. Now, obviously in our business, for Morgs and I, we've been building 7 years. I am the connector. I'm the marketer. So I said, I'm going to take this one. So there's a couple of different things. So the shady marketing, this is something that comes up so often. I think I'll give you the sort of the shady marketing aspect, but I want to take from that. Why do you never say the company name? Like, why is the company name never? Why can't you just say? Some
do, some don't.
Yeah. And So why can't you just say the company name? We're not going to name any names, by the way, on this podcast, not even our own, because we want it to be generic.
We talk about this topic.
Exactly. Yeah. So why don't people specifically say the company name? Simple. And if you understood that this was, and I hope that this has now helped you, referral-based marketing, you wouldn't even have that question. Yeah. Because what happens is, especially with people like myself, I can definitely use myself as the example.
This happens so often.
This happens a lot. I will say the company name. I will say the exact name because I am so proud of it, and I am its biggest ambassador for sure. However, when people don't, and for me, I work with women, lots of men on the team, but I personally enroll women. If a woman hasn't yet had a conversation with me, or she's a little bit shy, or she doesn't understand how it works, that it's network marketing. So, and the way that network marketing works is that you never buy it from a shop front. It is always through a distributor. So if she then goes and Googles the company name and the product, or, you know, whatever, because she wants to then, or they, it will be generic, that person then wants to purchase that product, they're signing up to somebody's website.
Or and potentially buying off a third party like Amazon, eBay, where there's no guarantees, warranties, returns, refunds.
Exactly. And so why I don't use my company name now, again, I've kind of gone, I wax and wane. I'm
definitely
like,
ebbed and flowed.
I've ebbed and flowed over the years for sure. But again, I'm now in the season for sure where I don't. Because I want you to contact me. I don't want to sell, use my front, you know, social media as a shop front, because that would annoy people as well. Yeah. I am a product of the product. I will then put, you know, things up, marketing things up to say, hey, get in touch. We're doing a campaign, or we're doing a 30-day challenge, or we're doing this and that, because I am the referral. So the idea is that you then contact the person because you are genuinely interested, and you say, hey, I'm really interested. That person will then sign you up, versus blasting their company name out over and over and over again. You having no idea that, you know, you want it, but you don't understand that if you buy it off the front end of someone's website, you end up in someone's team.
Some stranger, perhaps.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And this happens all the time. So Morgs, this happened the other day where a beautiful woman contacted me. Now we have a very large team. Like, we build and we're proud of it and we love it. So we are focused on our team. That's what we're paid on. That is a business, and we own that. So if you are in our team, we work with you. If you are not in our team, we can't work with you. That's just how business works. That would be like if you went to Big W, bought a doona from there, and tried to take it to Target and make them deal with the return and the customer care. Exact same thing. So I had a beautiful woman come to me and she said, hey, I signed up because of your posts and your everything. What do I do now? And I said, what do you mean you've signed up? I haven't put your order through. That's how it works. And she was like, oh no, some other guy contacted me and I'm in their team. And I was like, yeah, well, and obviously you're in their team.
When you have a large organization, or even when you're just beginning, right? If you put time poor, you can't, obviously someone's joined up over there, you can't spend all your time with them, because if you're serious about building a business,
yep,
you have
I own this. I'm like, no, like you're in business. Like, this is so when I started in network marketing, and this is really powerful if you're a woman and you're listening to this, it's like mums, corporate professionals. Morgan very quickly took me seriously, and you taught me this. Why did you take me seriously?
You took yourself seriously.
Boom.
And you treated it like you were
a business
from day one.
Yeah. And so so I own stuff like that. I'm like, no, if someone doesn't sign up in our team, I mean, look, in our company, there's company trainings, everything's free. So you get all the training. I've got all of my stuff up on all websites, but personally coached by me, no, you got to sign with me for sure.
Definitely.
So, okay. So that's why people don't say the company name, and this is what gets torn to shreds in our profession. That's why, guys, it's a business. Yeah. Like, it's referral based marketing. We are only paid, rightly so, and phenomenally, off the sales that we make, and then if there are sales under them. So yes, we will not, of course, want to blast names everywhere, because then we want you to come to us. So it's the way that network marketing can work.
Yeah. And just on Shady Marketing, there's a couple of things that I've got to talk to just really quickly too. Product claims, like outrageous ones, ridiculous ones, right?
Oh, ridiculous.
Like
embarrassing.
Embarrassing stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
and on behalf of the profession, I apologize.
We can't do that because we're not.
I know, but see, I'm the optimist. You're the realist.
No, because these idiots, they walk among us, right? they do. It's like,
stop it. Hey, if you are actually making ridiculous claims, stop.
I'm just going to put this out there. Oils don't cure cancer. I'm just, okay? And
Morgan.
But we see these things, right?
We do.
And I don't know why people still do it, because if you're trying to attract...
Well, you'll get in trouble. You will get in a lot of trouble.
First of all, you won't just get in trouble, you get fined. Company can get shut down. A lot of angry people. A lot of people who rely on the income.
Absolutely.
Right? Gone.
Yeah.
But I think also as well, I mean, if you're looking to attract new customers, they're going to look at that and roll their eyes.
Totally.
You go, oh, come on. The other one is like income claims. Like you can make a lot of money in network marketing, right? But not everybody does, right?
Absolutely. I almost want to go there as well.
We're going to go there because there's a question coming up.
Okay.
But when are you just making these wild, like, income claims with not substantiating anything that goes on to actually get there, and making it look like that's
super easy,
business as usual. It takes a lot of work and a lot of effort. And I think the shady marketing, that falls under shady marketing, because people don't. They're not upfront about what it actually took to get there. Yeah, you earned 10 grand in a week, right? Yeah. But what was it? What happened in the 2-3 years that led up to that?
Sure. And next week, it might be less and so on. You said something to me though off the podcast that I want you to say now, and you said, but with the shady marketing thing, you said people that should know better. Yeah. But if someone's brand new and they're like a week in,
so this is
or like really fresh and new, go there, because I think
so. Again,
because this is a vast majority.
When we look, to be fair, look, I see some of the stuff, I cringe. I know you do. Yeah. Look, and I see the stuff that gets where people mock network marketers online on Facebook and things like that. But really, what it is a lot of the time is you're getting someone who's brand new to this. Most people haven't even worked in sales really themselves, right? And look, maybe they've been coached by the wrong person who's telling them to go about it, whatever it is, right? But taking that and sharing it online and being like, this is the standard in network marketing, because you never see someone who's really successful being mocked like that, right? Yeah. It's like someone taking a snapshot of your first week in a new job.
This is what I wanted you to say.
And going, look, this is the standard for this industry.
Yeah. So say you were a doctor, or like you are a health professional that has to go in.
First day operating on someone? It's like...
Yeah. Or like you're someone that has to go into surgeries and assist, and you fumble and you're messy and you stuff up and you're shaking and you're doing all those things. It's this. It's not. I'm not comparing freaking shady network marketers to phenomenal like health professionals. But
just try to draw an example.
The idea is that you can't judge that person's performance on that first day, in that first week, even in the first month, on everything. And often, guys, what you are seeing, and it's not okay. We're with you. Don't worry. But my ideology on this whole thing is, I've had quacks doctors. I've had the most asshole mechanics who have charged me the world for something that should have been $200. Yeah. I have had shocking hairdressers. I don't then, however, hate on, write off, or subjugate. Is that the right word? Subjugate? I'm probably using the right word. But I don't then group that whole profession based off of that one experience, or a couple. Like, we know that there's quack doctors, we know that there's bad mechanics. So this is another thing that is such a big one in network marketing. And we hear the podcast, we get tagged, we hear the objections, but it's like, if we could change and redefine network marketing, and that's what we're trying to do, like, give it this is where we like stop the cult behavior. It's like, no, it's out there. Like, we and so not immune to it. Like, we see it, we know it, we feel your pain, but we just want to give you that understanding. So A, why we don't say the company name, and B, that often people are trained wrong. Or it's their first week.
Or no training at all.
Or there's no training at all, exactly. And it's just they're doing the best that they can. This is me, like, optimist, like assuming positive intent. But yeah, look, we see it, we know it, but there's just some of the reasons why. But hey, look, we absolutely are trying to redefine the profession in terms of compliance. Yeah. Like the claims and stuff, I get it. I get the frustration. They're out there. If we could stop them, we would. But hey, and call them out. If it's a friend, by all means, let them know, hey, I don't think you're actually allowed to make that claim. Like, it'd be really great for your profession if you didn't. Yeah. I'm giving you full permission to do that. Oh, yeah. In a beautiful, kind, like, meaning well intention, though. Yeah, absolutely. For sure. Okay.
Okay, so I'll kick off on this one, but people at the top make all the money, right?
Yeah, let's go.
I've had it said to me, and my general response is, go on, right? Because who walks into...
we differ, like, differ on the examples, but go.
Okay, so... Who walks into their workplace, or say for me, right? I worked in a big company. I was probably middle run in a large organization. Who walks into the boardroom with all the board members and go, oh, this is outrageous. Everybody in this room is including the CEO. 95% of the other people in this organization. Yeah. Right? It's called Pareto distribution, right? The people who produce the most earn the most.
Yeah.
And that's why
fair.
it's the 80-20 rule. If you've worked in sales, that's what it is, right? But where network marketing comes unstuck and has done for a long time is when you look at the numbers, the customers get swept into that. So people who don't
this is so big. So hang on. I want to stop you there for a second.
Yeah.
Because I want to sort of set this up now as another
Yeah.
Often, and we share it if in any income post you see myself share. Morgs doesn't really share them, but in any business success story or post that I personally share,
disclaimer.
I put a disclaimer because compliantly every network marketer actually legally is obligated to. Just so you know. So I'm calling that out just so you know we're meant to, and I do. So, and in that there's a website, so like earningdisclaimers.com for your particular company. Now, we regulate, not anymore to be fair, but back in the day when we used to get this a lot, like you'd see all the haters and they're haters, like literally back in the day, share the income disclaimer of a particular company. Now, and they're needed and they're necessary, and we are regulated to do so, and I respect and love that for the profession. I just think it's an integral thing to do. However, the customers get put in it. Exactly what you just said.
Quite often. And a lot of that's changing now as well. But even then, right, there's certain things like, Alfredo Pareto was an economist from back in the turn of the 19th century, right? And he came up with this law called the Pareto principle.
80-20, baby.
80-20, but it replicates as well. So
totally.
And this is in sales. And I challenge anybody who's in sales right now to look at where the volume of your sales comes from, right? And I guarantee you that the top 20% are generating 80% of the revenue.
Totally. It's the Pareto rule. However,
is what happens is that rule then replicates as well. So if you look at that 20% and then apply Pareto's principle again, of those original 20%, you'll see it again. It replicates.
Totally. No, totally. And so I just want to challenge because if I'm a listener and I'm like on the I'm like, see, all the people at the top do make all the money. He just said it because you didn't just say it. You're using Pareto example. Or correct me if I'm wrong, but are you saying it? Because I'm going to give this a voice.
Across the board.
But are you then saying unequivocally all the people at the top make all the money?
All the people at the top who make all the money are the most productive.
Thank you. I was like, you need to. I knew where he was going.
This is a business. Network marketing is a model that rewards production, right?
Exactly.
So a lot of people will come into this with an employee mindset where they expect to be told what to do, when to do it,
nothing,
how to go about it, right? Where this, if you're productive, you earn the most.
So let's use ourselves as an example. Yep. And I won't say total. I'm not going to do income because we could just put disclaimers. But we've done exceedingly well. So no, I will. So we've generated over. No, he's shaking his head.
I don't think it.
All right. But I want to give the example. We've done exceedingly well in network marketing.
We do this full time to us.
Do this full time. Corporate incomes were replaced, etc., and then some. I came in our company. So our company's been around 18 years. I came in at year 12 globally, and it's been around 12 years in Australia, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 5 years in Australia. Yeah. So 5 years into the company in Australia, and I came in, and I say I because it was me first, and then 12 years into it globally. Morgan and I, so we're at the bottom of someone's, pyramid based off of
rock bottom, baby.
Rock bottom, rock bottom, baby. Right, but based off of like that ideology of like, well, it's a pyramid and all the people at the top make the money. So 7 years in, or 5 years in and 12 years in, we're at the bottom of someone's. We globally don't drop out of top 200 around the world of hundreds and thousands of like customers and distributors. And in Australia, sit top 25 to top 30. It's a competitive beast in our company. I love it. But that's the idea. However, I'm a producer.
Yeah.
I work hard. I love it. I treat this like a profession. I'm here to earn business money, not hobby money. So I think that's kind of, people look at it and even say to me, they look at it in Australia now, it's been around 12 years. And they'll say to me,
has a ship sailed?
Well, not has a ship sailed, that too, we can talk that. But they'll say, you got in at the start. And then I go, well, actually, no, I didn't. I got in 5 years in, and they're like, oh, okay, wow. So not all the people at the top make the money. And again, can I just actually preface this by saying we only know binary.
Yeah,
So that's
there's
we're in a
different-
binary
that's technical.
compensation plan.
There's
This is a
different
technical
one.
thing.
Yeah.
But in our company, people above me don't touch me in income.
Yeah. Some people, there are others that do.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But the woman who I love just above me
Yeah.
doesn't
Anything.
she earns nothing.
Yeah.
So that's never ever like stop that objection because it's just not true. And I should say though, in
not
binary,
only that, right? If you look, say, if you look at it, right, there's a lot of people making more money than others, right? And they happen to be at the top of some large organizations, right?
yes,
But what people disregard is that we've been in the top 5% at certain points. We've been in.
oh, right
we've
now
been
we're
out.
still in the top 5%.
But we've been in, out, right? And
Yeah.
that's the thing. It's not fixed. It
Yeah.
changes. It goes. Things go up and down as the company grows larger. More people can move into that bracket. And it's this. That's this. The point I'm trying to make is, it's no different to any other organization,
Totally.
right? If again, except the main difference is, I think in traditional businesses, you can be unproductive, but if you say the right things to the right people, you might find yourself in that top 5% if you kiss the right ass. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? We've all had situations, and I know I did, where I was working for someone who I was more educated, more productive, and better work ethic, but because of where they sat,
I was gonna say you earn less.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no. So do people at the top make all the money? Absolutely not. People that are producers and work hard. It depends. Like I said, there's hobby money, business money, and gangster money.
Yeah.
And for us, we are business money right now. We're working towards gangster money. But business money, it's a business. You have to work it. So, and it's the same thing. So no, people at the top don't make all the money. It's just if they're making a lot of money, there's production, there's effort, they have trained their people well.
Yeah.
I think that's everything.
Well, this next one's a short one. So why are some people so pushy?
I think that really goes back to
What we mentioned at the beginning.
exactly everything does. So again, like this was a big one that came up in my thing, like why are network marketers so pushy? And I had a lot of amazing older generation message me on this, and Wogsy were laughing at some of them, but like as in like, yes, he so relates because that was all of his kind of beliefs in the beginning.
Yeah.
And not naming any names, but there was a company, and this is, I feel like most people like it, like we always are lumped in the same bracket with them, even though the profession has matured, it's like evolutionized.
But sometimes people stay the same, right?
Totally. But there was a company back in the day that apparently you would like get invited over for tea or dinner or coffee,
ambushed with a whiteboard,
and then you'd sit down. My mum used to tell me horror stories, like, and she's like, and they'd wheel out this whiteboard, and I think that the today version of that is just unsolicited sort of messages, or hey girl, like I liken it, the marketing, to if you walk up to a stranger in a bar and you ask them to marry you without being taken for dinner.
Yeah.
Even let alone dinner,
Stage 5 clinger.
Yeah, stage 5 clinger. So I think today's 2.0 version of that sort of mentality of the whiteboard is unsolicited. Hey girl, I earn X amount from working from home, and do you want to as well? And I am working really hard, you guys, to redefine the profession on that. Like, don't judge the whole profession based off of that, though.
The cringy messages and the shitty marketing.
Because we're not all like that. But I recognize it happens. And again, it comes from they're brand new, and it's just kind of what's being trained. It's all they know because that's what's being trained in their teams, which right or wrong, good or bad,
But I think as well, because like our greatest asset is our Achilles heel. Anyone can do this.
Totally.
Anyone can come in and give it a go, right? And unfortunately, what a lot of time, the people that come in to do this and where all the pushy stuff and the shitty marketing come from, they're tourists. They're tourists.
They are. That's such, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They'll come in, they'll contact a few people, put some stuff up on social media, go through everybody on their Facebook list. But then when they get a bunch of no's because they're shit at it, they just move on and tell everybody it was
terrible.
And
exactly.
What they do is they leave a black eye on the industry. They're just passing through, not going to bother to learn any sales or marketing, proper ones.
So don't judge but it happens. Like, I can't even give that. I'm like,
I can't blame people.
I can't blame. Yeah, totally.
People.
But what I want to do is not be a weirdo that denies it and be like, yeah, it's out there, but hey, it's not everybody. It should not and does not define our profession.
And there are people that are changing it though.
And there are people like ourselves, we hope, that are changing it. So we'll wrap it up there, but I think what I would love to say if you're now so first of all, if you're not in network marketing, I hope that this could just educate you a little bit more.
I suppose coming out of this, my hope for people, even if you're skeptical, you can go, look, I can understand why some people would do this, and it's not for me. But then that's totally cool.
Yes, but
just understand that it is for some people. It's for a lot of people. Perhaps.
Yeah, and I said, I had a amazing career. I had a phenomenal income. I had my business degree under my belt. I was phenomenally networked and connected. And when I looked at this myself, I always say, as an educated, hungry for ambitious woman, I loved it. And I love it more today than I did even 7 years ago. And I will continue to try and help change and redefine the profession along with you.
Yeah.
But what I would say, if you are now in network marketing, this is just for you, just treat it professionally. Yeah. Like, just if you're someone that has been getting these objections often, I don't. Morgan's nodding. Yeah. Like, I actually don't get these anymore, period, because I treat this profession with the respect and dignity it deserves.
Yeah.
So I would say, as a network marketer, and I understand a lot of times you as a leader might not be, but your team might be. But again, these are big objections. I might get I need to save up or whatever else. I get like the smaller ones. But as these ones, if you are a network marketer that is often getting them, I would look at that.
Yeah.
I would go, okay, how am I training? Are we being a little bit non-compliant? Are we being those pushy network marketers? And be a part of the solution to change and redefine the profession.
Absolutely.
And I think that for me in 2020, looking at this profession, I'm like, it's for me, I truly believe this profession is not on trial anymore. I've said this for a couple of years. I'm putting my name and brand to, it is not a matter of if you do network marketing anymore. It's a matter of when. And I think that if you can, as now a non-network marketer, we'll do a whole other podcast, like I said, on
what to look for. If people want it.
Yeah. So if you're looking, because our company might not be the be all and end all for you. Like, I'm always like, you have to find a product you love, and it might not be ours. So, but what I would say is, like, become customer focused.
Yeah.
Like, I know for us, it's like, don't be the guy or the girl that's like, hey, come and earn $1 billion.
Do you know what it is? It reminds me of like the network marketer from the 90s, right? And maybe we can finish on this story as a bit of a thing, but people would get like VHS cassettes of a guy, right? Shaky cam, like the big old one on the shoulder, and the guy would be standing out the front of a mansion with a Mercedes-Benz parked there in a suit. And how would you like to get rich? But the suit, he has hired the suit, hired the car.
Yeah.
It's just some house in Beverly Hills he's rocked up at the front of, right? That is the network marketing impression of yesteryear, and I understand why people, it's just it's comical, right? Yeah. But I think more and more good people can find their way into this, and they find the right organization and the right people to help show them. That's how the perception is going to change.
Absolutely. So we are here to help redefine it. We are definitely not the podcast for network marketing. Like, we are going to bring you everything else. But we will absolutely bring you fun, hopefully intellectual conversation around it. So we will leave it there, but we hope, like I said, that you got something out of this, even if it's understanding like, okay, it's not as, I don't know, whatever your misconception or myth or objection that you needed busted, we hope we helped.
Yeah. Awesome. And thanks for listening, guys. And we'll be back soon with another edition of Anything Goes.